I'm going to give you some adult education today. The Ravens didn't make the playoffs. They fell short of their goals and expectations. You see in the top corner behind me? That's Kathleen Hughes, Radio 1, TV 1. Roland Martin. Al Sharpton. Yeah, we're going to talk about racism in the black community. Racism don't work without black cooperation. 11 years ago to the date, I applied for Martin Luther King's job. I gave Bernstein a whistleblower's application. He came out of the line. And in 2011, I put a toilet in front of the Towson Courthouse. It's called public accommodations, the right to access the courts. So 2022, we're going to do this. I got 82 pages that I'm getting ready to show you. So go get you a Snickers, take a break from the football game, and let's talk about justice. Justice delayed will not be justice denied. I was kidnapped by the state in 2011. You feel me? I was kidnapped by the state. So this is what we're going to do. Shorty, pull your mask up? No. This is a PDF file. I had to reinvent myself. I had to gather everything that you took from me. Those are criminal charges against Scott Shellenberger. The same way that the Duke lacrosse team. Yeah, 82 pages. The same way that you did the Duke lacrosse team. Nafong, you need to disbar Scott Shellenberger and criminally charge him. He knowingly lied to the grand jury. He presented false evidence to the grand jury. Brandon Scott had this when he was Councilman Brandon Scott, when he was Council President Brandon Scott. We're going to go through emails, Gmails, AOL. We're going to show a paper trail. I got 82 pages. Get you a Snickers. It's going to be a while. That's the criminal charges right there. Johnny Oleski asked for a federal investigation. Chief Hyatt didn't do nothing about this. The Baltimore County Council been shielding this. Baltimore County Council been shielding this for the last 10 years. That's the town hall, community in crisis. Like I said, I'm a whistleblower. That's the Baltimore Sun, ABC, NBC, 98 Rock, and 92Q. Release all material to the voters. That's the Rue nigger wild. That's the Rue, and he threw in Baltimore. He had this since 2010. That's Roland Martin, TV 1, Radio 1. All right, when he was in Chicago, WVON. I'm running for governor in 2022. That's the Board of Elections. We talking about voter suppression by Governor Hogan in 2014 and 2021. Voter suppression. You feel me? Dwayne G. Davis, chairperson. Brian Baif. All right. I'm on the ballot in 2022. That's the Supreme Court of the United States. Because like I said, I was kidnapped. We're going to do I am Dred Scott. I was kidnapped. And you knowingly file false papers with the court. You feel me? All this is in the PDF file. That's 2019. Guide for prospective indigent proprietor or writ of certiorari. That means I go to the Supreme Court. And I was instructed to go to the Supreme Court April 2007. See that? Davis versus Illinois. That's the Supreme Court. That's my paperwork. And you can call that number and ask about my case. William K. Suter, clerk of the court. That's Shorty, self-help organization for the redevelopment and re-education of the young. I gave you the Shorty program. I gave you the whole program. I gave you social. I gave you economic. I gave you political. All right? I gave you all my program. I gave you careers, not jobs, religious callings, health and medical, construction, real estate, horticulture. All right, I gave you all that. And what you couldn't stand was my visual arts, my political involvement, my photography and journalism, technology and design, my law. I'm not a jailhouse snitch. I'm a jailhouse lawyer. And my paperwork is legit. That's Get Shorty. That's Vicki Lawrence. And that's Get Shorty. That's Governor Schaefer, and that's Sam Cassels. All right? That's the Get Shorty program that Governor O'Malley approved in 2007, 2006. That's Martin O'Malley. That's 2006. Dwayne Davis, Falls Road. Dwayne Davis, Get Shorty. That's what you got. You got Shorty. See that? Judge Cox grand jury request. That's 2017. And if you read this, Delegate Smith, Jazzy Lewis, Brooke Learman, y'all all got this. That's misrepresentation of a felony. That means if you had knowledge of this, that you should have reported this. So I put it in a booklet. That's the United States Postal Service. And if you look down here, that's a postal ID number. That means that you got postal violations. City, county, state, and federal levels. Federal criminal charges. Right there. Shorty's Catering. That's me. Shorty's Catering. The best of Baltimore in 1999. That's the United States Senate. So like I told you, I was making a movie. Cockeysville. That's Governor Blagojevich. If Blagojevich can go to jail, so can Governor Hogan. So can Governor O'Malley. So can Doug Gansler. You got 52 members of the Democratic Party and Republican Party that have been making money off of black bodies. It says right here, in regards to your documentary, I will not be able to appear. Ain't no law against making a movie. That's Senator Ben Cardin's 2007. Been making this movie since 2006. And I was insured. You feel me? I was insured for $1 million. And y'all got to pay that policy off. Dwayne G. Davis. Dear Governor Blagojevich. Alright? If Blagojevich can go to jail, so can the rest of y'all. Y'all sold seats the same way that Blagojevich was selling. Racial oppression. Alright? You see that? The judicial system in Lake County. We're talking about the ceasefire program. Alright? The ceasefire program. Bank CEO gets probation before judgment at BWI. That's Ed Hale. Ed Hale Sr. and Ed Hale Jr. both know me. They part of this. This is Exhibit 3. That's Special Agent Jason of the FBI in Chicago, Illinois. Alright, so they all got my paperwork. Y'all got my paperwork. You see who got it? Respectfully submitted, Dwayne G. Davis. Alright, we'll be sending a copy of this letter, alright, to the FBI to ensure this is taken care of. See that case? '86 CF 4988. That's about the war on drugs. That's about ending the war on drugs. And we talk about the corruption in your courts. The money you make off of the war on drugs. State Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. Alright? We want all this for the public to see. You stole $15,000 from me. Alright? Chief Judge, 19th District. Judge Boris. Alright? You see that? NAACP, the ARDC, and the Lake County Board had that. So I shouldn't have never went to jail. Y'all held me for 186 days illegally. You held me illegally. See that? Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. 2013. This is a follow-up letter to the 2010 elections. Alright? So whistleblowers report on the court. I'm a whistleblower on the court. And it's notarized. You feel me? It's notarized. That's the NAACP, Benjamin Jealous, Kobe Little, Tessa Hilt, that y'all all got that. Eric Holder, the ACLU, y'all all got that. President Obama, House Judiciary, Boehner, before Boehner retired. Here you go. State Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. 2007, 9 a.m. Filed 2007. That's property that you stole. You stole property here. That's my lawyer, John Bailey. And that's the Attorney Registry Disciplinary Committee. That's Karen Levy, Michael Waller, and Ken LaRue. You conspired to deny me my rights. The same way that you did the Jesse Smollett case, you're going to have to do this case. Because I was held for 186 days illegally. I was kidnapped. I'm an honorably discharged veteran. Yeah, we got all of this on film. Like I said, everything is documented. That's the Baltimore Brew. And that toilet was about the Baltimore City School Board. If you look at I'm a whistleblower, and back in 2092, I blew the whistle on TMP engineering. I did work in the school boards, and I did work at the FBI building in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at the Wanamaker building. I was a project manager. The owner of TMP engineering called me a nigger, and when he called me a nigger, I blew the whistle on him. So if you go to furnish and get this report, it was about the money, the school to prison pipeline that you got in Baltimore. Fox 45 is doing a story about it. Well, Fox 45, I did it over 11 years ago. These schools is designed for our children's failure. You have no ventilation in the system, no ventilation, no heating, no air conditioning. Like I said, I blew the whistle in 2011. That's Tim Williams. That's me, and that's the shoebox. Y'all all had that. That's Tim Williams from WJZ. WJZ did the first story on me. Kai Jackson, Mary Mubala. A hard look. Richard Sher, square off. Yeah, everybody knows Shorty. That's Spring Grove Medical Facility. That's Dwayne G. Davis. Consent to be videotaped. You got to play this whole hour-and-a-half tape. See that? Parole and probation. Linda Dodge. WJZ needed to play that whole hour-and-a-half tape and give it to the voters and the public. So 2022, you can see how the media been shielding the corruption in Baltimore City and Baltimore County. You can see how WJZ, Kai Jackson, Vic Carter, Mary Mubala went to Fox 45 and doing the same thing. Racism don't work without black cooperation. You feel me? Racism don't work without black cooperation. And our media has been cooperating with it. Kai Jackson been cooperating with it. Keith Daniels been cooperating with it. Elijah Westbrook been cooperating with it. So when you see me and I holler mic check and I shut you down, you know why. Parole and probation. We talking about the criminalization of poverty. We talking about the shielding law. And you can't hide behind the shielding law. You go to jail behind that. Your 401ks, all that. We're going to talk about the money that Alec, the corporation, invests in your TV station to demonize black people. That's my signature, and that's my release. And that's WJZ. You did the first story on me, hard look. We're going to do another hard look at you. That's the NAACP. Benjamin Jealous, Colby Little. And we talking about the prison industry. Benjamin Jealous, Colby Little, Al Sharpton, Roland Martin, TV1. Yeah. Shorty, pull your mask up? No, I'm on mask in Baltimore. That's the Maryland Black Caucus. Because racism don't work without black cooperation. And this is your black leadership right here. You see that? That's your black leadership. And y'all protecting white supremacy. You protecting John Carden. You protecting Dutch Ruppersberger. You protecting Mikulski. Well, Van Halen said that he was going to investigate. Obama asked for an investigation. Yeah. Dwayne G. Davis. Information referral. Shorty's underground ribs. I need a federal and a state audit. Margaret Davis is a witness. I'm separated from my wife. But we're going to talk about the $260,000 a year. We're going to talk about the money that y'all made off of that. We're going to go to Bank of America, SunTrust Bank, Bank of America. Because that's an IRS audit request. All right? Request. You see that? That's 2014, 2015. That's Elijah Cummings. Elijah Cummings knew all about this. See that? 2014. False imprisonment. Police brutality. Judicial fraud. Prisoner's right advocate. I want to testify in front of the House Judiciary Committee. Interstate compact. And that's my FBI number. That's my FBI number right there. These are the checks that the state participated in fraud. These are the checks. So y'all got to pay me for that. because I was locked up in another state. That's James Hammond, and that's rent. That's a rent check. You can't have a lease on one property. You can't have two leases on one property. Like I said, I was locked up. That's not my signature. That's not my signature. That's not my signature. That's not my signature. All right. United States Income Tax, S Corporation. See that? That's 2006. See the money I was making? That's Paul Weinblatt. He filed that in 2007. That's 2007. Shorty's Underground. See the money I was making? That's Paul Weinblatt. See that? That's 2008. Didn't make no money in 2008. Didn't make no money in 2008. I need an audit. Paul Weinblatt, Jake Davis, James Hammond, Brother Insurance, Bank of America, SunTrust Bank. You defrauded the government out of $260,000. Here you go. Baltimore County Bureau of Corrections, inmate complaint form. FBI agent, California, Mr. James P. O'Neill, Bailfield. All right, you got that? Bobby Zirkin. I blew the whistle on y'all, and y'all got to pay me off for that. That's April 2011. Dear Mr. Fields, I told y'all I was filing a lawsuit. And the lawsuit pertained to Governor O'Malley, Congressman Cummings, Cardins, Mikulski, Richard McFeely, the FBI, Judge Bell, Judge Pearson, Judge Turnbull, Judge Boris, Governor Quinn, Erek Holder, Gail King, and Bank of America. And that's the case right there. There it is, 6/2/2011. Dear Judge Souter. All right. Like I said, all this is legal. I got a book called The Minority Report. All this is legal. Attorney-client privilege. My lawyer participated in fraud. This is a Jailhouse Diary. You feel me? That's my Jailhouse Diary. 2011, introduction. Feel me? That's my Jailhouse Diary. And it's documented. It's very well documented. 5 p.m. FBI raid without towing. Mayor Rawlins Blake. All right. Richard McFeely has my video on legal material. Richard McFeely. You see that? That's Circuit Court of Baltimore County. Memo, States Attorney Fuller. Y'all supposed to return my property. Y'all never returned my property. This is the case right here. Discovery and request for documents. Under duress, all rights reserved. State of Maryland versus Dwayne G. Davis. You destroyed evidence and destroyed my property because you wanted to protect Scott Shellenberger. That's Scott Shellenberger. The same way that y'all going after Mosby, you got to go after Scott Shellenberger. You got to go after Greg Bernstein. And you got to go after Governor O'Malley and Governor Hogan. Y'all got a criminal enterprise called Operation Greylord, where you making money off of black bodies in your prison industry. You made $550 million last year. Governor Hogan been averaging $500 million a year ever since 2014. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and I was going to file a class action lawsuit. That's Scott Shellenberger. All right. All evidence submitted to you in your department. Property taken from Dwayne G. Davis, 2/7/2011, 1999 Chevy Suburban and 86 Jailhouse Diary. That's at the State's Attorney's Office. That's James Calabrese, State Prosecutor. You can't use your office to protect your corruption. That's the Department of Justice. That's my ID number at the Department of Justice. All evidence submitted to you. You feel me? That's David Giles. All right, you got that? All evidence submitted to Barry Sims. David Collins in the I-team. That's David Collins in the I-team. That's the Department of Justice number. That's Chief Johnson, Baltimore County Police Department. All property taken 2/7/2011 from Dwayne G. Davis. See that? Chief Criminal Investigator, Internal Revenue Service. All right? Right there, Dwayne G. Davis. Whistleblower. That's the case number right there. I respectfully request to contact the Department of Justice. All right? Oh, that's right there. Like I said, get you a Snickers. It's going to be a while. That's the Department of Justice. And that's Dwight Pettit. Dwight Pettit, Warren Brown, J. Wendell Gordon, Hassan Giordano, Mayor Dixon, Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake, Jack Young, Sharon Middleton. Yeah, all of y'all participated in this. Like Martin Luther King's letters from a Birmingham jail. The haves versus the have-nots. Well, you in this too. Dwight Pettit, we're going to have you investigated as well. And all those others that participated in it. That's the Department of Justice number. And that's Dwight Pettit. Silence is consent. That's Paul Ballard, Department of Justice. No, Paul Ballard from the Attorney General's office. Doug Gansler, Paul Ballard. See that? ID number. Receive 2014, the Office of the Attorney General. You received this and you had this. You feel me? You got all this. So make sure that you bring this to the grand jury in 2022. We're going to the grand jury of the Supreme Court. All material directly tied to this case. That's the Maryland School of Law, because I'm getting ready to school you about the law. That's Judge Papaya, Judge Turnbull, Judge Souter, and Judge Janae. Y'all permitted perjury. You permitted false evidence to the court. That's the ID number. All videos and legal material submitted to all three judges concerning Davis, Dwayne G. Davis. Transcripts submitted to the Department of Justice. You feel me? That's the mail referral department. That's the Baltimore Sun. The Baltimore Sun, WBAL, the Baltimore Brew. We talking about FCC violations, and the shielding law is not going to protect you. I was going to file a $2.5 billion class action lawsuit. Where you think the money going to come from? It's going to come from the Baltimore Sun. It's going to come from Fern Shin and the Baltimore Brew. It's going to come from Justin Fenton. It's going to come from Jane Miller. It's going to come from Barry Sims. It's going to come from Fox 45. It's going to come from Sinclair Broadcasting. All videos, pictures, and legal material, charts given to your station since 2007 exposing the corruption of the Governor O'Malley's in the Democratic Party of Maryland, racism in the judicial system, all emails, DD Shortman at AOL and DD Shortman at Gmail. See that? From 2/7/2011. And that's the Baltimore Sun. That's the ID number. That's Justin Burke, Christian Schaefer, Roosevelt Lethowich, Mike Marion, and Richard Scher. ABC2 on York Road. All videos submitted to you individuals. And that's the Department of Justice ID number. It's called entrapment. And everything that the doctor got is evidence. Because like I said, I signed a movie release. And we making a movie. That's the Baltimore Sun chief editor. Tim Puentes, Justin Burke, Justin Fenton, the rest of y'all, everybody that's involved. All videos from 2007 to 2014. From 2007 to 2022. That's from WJZ, on-air coordinator. All right. Like I said, the shielding law don't apply. All videos given to Adam May, Gigi Barnett, Ston Saunders, Kai Jackson, Mike Shue, Mike Helgram. Yeah. The Spring Grove Medical Facility. You got to play that whole video. That whole video is Spring Grove Medical Facility. That's WJZ, Mike Shue, Gigi Barnett, Ston Saunders, and Adam May. See that? About the prison industry. Corruption in the prison industry, in the courts. That's Kai Jackson, Karen Park, Stephen Janis, Fox 45. See that? Certificate of Identity. Dwayne G. Davis. Birthplace, Waukegan, Illinois. And that's for the Department of Justice. Now, if you go to Erek Barron, the Department of Justice, he got this. Robert Hur works for Governor Hogan. He got this. Robert Hardin, Department of Justice, you got this. Sarah Marquette from the Department of Justice destroyed evidence in 2015. Rod Rosenstein, Alan Locks got this. Eric Holder got this. So in 2022, the 2022 session, Clippinger, Ferguson, Jones, I want access to the grand jury and to bring criminal charges against Scott Shellenberger the same way that y'all brought criminal charges against Mayor Pugh. Jill P. Carter, you got evidence. Sitnor, you told me. You told me what to do. The grand jury, Senate Bill 374. Marcella Holloman versus Marilyn Mosby. Marilyn Mosby just got indicted. If Mosby got indicted, you got to indict Scott Shellenberger in 2022. Racism don't work without black cooperation. You can't protect white supremacy in Baltimore County courts. Scott Shellenberger is the weakest link. Scott Shellenberger gonna snitch.